What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to GM Mode. We are in Philadelphia, but we are on Monday Night Raw tag team action to begin Monday Night Raw. These are a bunch of losers, man. Team Raw versus Team Smackdown. Everyone with losing records. They definitely deserve curtain jerking status. Flair has a head injury from last week's war with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flair has been checked off that hit list of the Texas Rattlesnake. Bubba goes to the top, hits a back suplex to Booker. Booker, spine buster, followed by a scissor kick. Bubba Ray elbows. Go for that cutter. He hits it. Oh my goodness, we get a hot tag from Ric Flair and Bubba Ray. This is awesome. Bubba Ray is the man who is keeping this matchup for Flair and Bubba. Flair working the legs of Finlay. He gets a 3 count. I've got to say, Bubba Ray Dudley was huge in this matchup for Bubba and Ric Flair. Perhaps a new tag team formed. The following matchup is a women's matchup. Naomi versus Asuka. Oh my god, Asuka immediately being aggressive here, attacking Naomi. This one was one, done. It was over. Through the rope DDT to Naomi, which is something we only see Sami Zayn ever do. Domination by Asuka over the women's champion, Naomi. Easy win for Asuka. She upgrades to 2-1. The following matchup is technically a triple threat, but we're going to go storyline purposes here and say that Stone Cold calls out Mr. McMahon. And Mr. McMahon's ready to fight the Texas Rattlesnake until Seth Rollins comes out, and it's a 2-on-1 beatdown. Stone Cold is targeting every single one of Triple H's close insider people, and Mr. McMahon is on that list. He's taken out Billy Gunn. He's taken out Ric Flair. He has distracted X-Pac, even though that was indirectly. And now he's going after Mr. McMahon. Seth Rollins is in his corner. However, it's a 2-on-1 beatdown on Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon. Winning this matchup, stopping the Texas Rattlesnake in his tracks. Mr. McMahon is at 4-3. I think Mr. McMahon needs one more match win to have $10,000. If that's the case, we'll have him face Stone Cold at SummerSlam. That would be a cool little pit stop for Stone Cold to possibly get a rematch against Triple H. The following matchup is Cactus Jack versus Lex Luger. Both of these individuals have losing records. One I like a little bit more than the other. I prefer Mankind over Cactus Jack or Dude Love. However, that being said, Cactus Jack is the most dominant force in this universe mode. Major punishment to Lex Luger, pile driver, 2 superplexes right in a row, and then a neck breaker for 3. He did as much damage as he possibly could without hitting finishers. It was crazy. And another win for Jack. He goes to 4-4, which is a respectable record. Better than most. The following matchup, Sheamus versus Billy Gunn. Sheamus coming in at a 2-3 record. Billy coming in at a 1-4 record. Billy Gunn needs to get a turnaround here. Let's see if he can get it done. Sheamus, of course, coming off of a good win against Rusev last week. Free from the League of Nations. After a brutal match, Sheamus hits Brogue Kick 4-3. This was a great match. It's actually one that I wouldn't mind seeing again sometime in the future. Both superstars looked great. I hope they win a little bit more. The following matchup is Triple H versus John Cena. Both of these individuals coming in with winning records. I'm not actually upset that they're fighting, but you guys know that I have the issues with the rivalry system and even universe mode in general with this version of the game. Ever since 2K took over, I feel like universe mode just is really lacking in creative freedom, and the matches just seem so similar. So I'm still a little bummed out. Cena attacking Triple H before the bell, payback for last week. Even though Cena won last week, he got beat down before the matchup by Triple H. This is a quick win for Cena. Cena accepts the challenge from Triple H. It will be title versus title at SummerSlam. Of course, John Cena is not a legend. He is not retired yet. So the only title on the line right now is John Cena's. Triple H loses, he just doesn't get the World Championship back. But if Triple H wins, he is a multi-champion. He'll have to do double duty. And that being said, we are ready for the main event of the evening, where we will be discussing the proposed
Okay, so here we are
in the main event. Oh man, crazy stuff the past week for a lot of different stuff. First, we're gonna have JBL coming out here. So we're going to be talking about loads of stuff. We're going to be talking about the WWE Network, what I'm watching, which is now episode 303. I've been a lazy mo for the past week. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw and the awesomeness that is happening there. I'm going to be talking, I guess, not a whole lot about Lucha Underground. But the brand split is back. It's my favorite time in WWE. I can't wait. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. But first, let me tell you who is in this matchup. We have JBL. Alright, let me get the notes up so I have some statistics on these main event players. JBL coming in at 3-1. Brock Lesnar coming in at 4-2. We also have Bray Wyatt. He's coming in at 7-2. This is going to be Shane McMahon, who is the fourth man in this contest. This is going to be his debut. He is the only man left who has not had a match here except for Shinsuke Nakamura. And, of course, the two people I just added, who is Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Now, I already selected Shane McMahon because I wanted to come out and beat the hell out of people right off the bat. But I guess I can't do that. Yeah. As I was saying earlier, again in this video, I have a lot of issues with the WWE games right now. Like, they're just not as sustainable as they used to be. WWE 13 was the last game where I can confidently say I really just loved playing. I loved the stories worked, everything worked. And it was just so perfect. And like, there would be times where I would control the stories. There would be times that I would let the computer direct where the story is going. I believe that was the first time that they put in those choices, and I say those with bunny ears or quotation marks because I never damn well had any choice. I think I had one choice. And all over the internet, people were like, oh, I get to choose whether I hit him or whether I shake his hand and show him respect. I only got one choice, and I think it was Randy Orton and James Storm. I think that's the only time I had a choice. And that was only one time in that rivalry that lasted like 3 months. So, yeah, I've had issues with these games for quite some time. And I don't know if they're going to fix it this year or not. I had hopes that, like last year, I gave the excuse in the last year's game that, oh, it's because, I mean, they're transitioning to 2K. They're also going to be making a game now for the Xbox One, so that's going to be a little different for them. They're just going to have to get used to it. And now that we're here in this game, and this game was a little bit of a disappointment for me, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they don't make it boring this next upcoming game and make it a stopgap, because with all the exciting things happening in the WWE right now, hopefully this year's game is going to be just as exciting. So I do have a lot of issues with these games, and I even to kind of transition into this brand split and how exciting this era of wrestling is, even though so many superstars are leaving, like Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Ryback. It's insane how good wrestling is right now. Charlotte getting rid of her dad is gripping. Like, and I know it was fake, but I'm sitting here like, damn, Charlotte? Really? Like, man, that's rough. Oh, Shane O'Mac. He's throwing bones here. Yeah, this match isn't... I'm not taking this match too seriously. I don't really have a plan for Brock Lesnar. Bray Wyatt is well over 10,000 already. And JBL's not even close. So, I'm not too upset if I screw up the simulation of these four superstars. But anyway, let's get back to it. Wrestling's awesome. The brand split's going to be great. I just hope the WWE game can at least accurately depict that. What I did, and this is another reason I've been so lazy, is that editing is kind of a bitch, right? I mean, it takes me a long time to, first of all, record all 5 other matches on Smackdown and all other 6 matches on Raw. And then, you know what I have to do? I have to sit there and I have to take notes. I have to write down all of their records, all of their money, everything on a notepad on the computer. Then I have to do the same thing on a piece of paper so that I have something to look down and read while I'm doing the recording. It's kind of a pain. So, I just hope that maybe I condense it or make it easier. But anyway, to let off some steam, I've been playing poker and I've been doing well, and that's one reason that we haven't seen too many WWE videos. And then also, I created another universe mode on another profile since Tuesday, since this brand split news has come out, because I really wanted to see, would I be able to do a brand split universe mode? And I'm doing it kind of like right now, kind of a UFC Lucha Underground hybrid mentality. And I say it's working pretty good. And this is kind of where I want WWE's brand split to go, is more like this one. I tried with the current roster and the legends to make a brand split in this game. I drafted them, I used the hat, the same list I used 5 months ago or 6 months ago for this game. Uh-oh. We can't be tapping here. I used the same list, so everything was the same. I just did a different brand split, and I just did basic Monday Night Raw, Friday Night Smackdown. You know, I changed up the titles a little bit to how I think WWE might do it. I figured that they would make the WWE Champion the only main champion. He'd float between Raw and SmackDown, and it just didn't really work out all that much. Maybe it's just this game, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this brand split. I hope it's more like UFC, where they have not weight classes, but championship classes. So, for instance, Kalisto is a cruiserweight. He is eligible for the Cruiserweight Championship. And I say in WWE right now, he's worthy of the United States or Intercontinental title, but he is not worthy of the WWE title. So, and I don't know how you police that, but I don't know. I just don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to be very, very interesting. Wrestling's going to be awesome. If it were me, I would do it very similar to what I'm doing now. Make it UFC, make it very statistic-centric, and get some of these sports people who say that WWE is really fake, that it's not really cool, you know, get them back involved in this a little bit, and also let your superstars that are coming from TNA and NXT be who they are. You know, kind of let them be the characters they want to be. I'm gonna have to throw them in the corner. I might try to get the win here for Shane O'Mac, except Bray Wyatt just got us. Bray Wyatt just... Oh, man. So I don't know. Like I said, I played about 5 or 6 months. I sped through in a second universe mode, and that's another reason that these videos haven't been coming out recently. And it's just, I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to have to do 2 different brands, which makes sense, and that's what they're going to do. But I mean, like, 2 different brands. Like, SmackDown doesn't interact with Raw. Raw doesn't interact with SmackDown, except for those special pay-per-views. And to go into the history a little bit, and something I'm super excited for with the WWE Network, I'm super excited to get back to the era when I started watching wrestling, which was when it was Raw versus SmackDown, 2003 to 2008. Those were my favorite years, because that's all I know. Uh-oh. So I can't wait. I mean, right now I'm still on episode 303. I think I just ended 303. So now I'm on episode 304. We're getting real close to WrestleMania. The Rock versus Stone Cold is apparent. Paul White is actually really, really good. I remember learning about Paul White when he debuted. In this game, I think it's part of Austin's... Shoot. Well, there we go. We have a winner. I'm going to wrap this up. In this game, we have Austin's storyline, and Paul White is in it. And I didn't like it. But now that I'm watching Paul White, I really, really like Paul White as a character. He's awesome. He's really, really good. The corporation's good. The ministry's good. I mean, everything's good. They get rid of those stupid whatevers who were the South Park mega fans with Luna Vachon. And everything's good on Raw. I love it. I love it. I can't wait for SmackDown to debut and Chris Jericho. Oh, it's going to be great. Well, lots of rambling in this episode, but man, so much to get through. So much good wrestling. And I can't wait. SmackDown, we're going to be debuting the Bullet Club. So stay tuned for that. This is a very out-of-character episode. Maybe I'll try to get back into character on the next episode. I don't know, it's just really kind of how I feel. That's how this series goes. That's how this channel goes. That's how all my channels go. I just lick my finger, put it up to the air, and see which way the wind is blowing, and that's the direction I go. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching this. This has been a GG production. I can't even get that right. GG. Prophet God. Checking out. Jesus.